forward. Great. We still have some people popping in. Pop in, pop in. Very good. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So great to have you all in here. Awesome. Hey, Peggy. Hi, Rosemary. Okay, so for those of you that are maybe new to Zoom, there's a little chat box at the bottom here. And you can go ahead and ask questions in there. Rosemary's going to be answering the best that she can. I'll periodically pop in and say, hey. But tell me in the chat box where you are tuning in from. So what city are you in? Let's hear from everybody as we're waiting for just the last few to pop on in. There we go. Awesome. From Cochrane, from Fort McMurray. Fantastic. Delaware, USA. Awesome. Lacombe. Long Beach, California. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Prince George. Hey, awesome. My sister, my brother-in-law used to live in Burns Lake near Prince George, so that's cool. So great to have you all on here. Okay, well, let's get New York. Hi, Elizabeth. How you doing, Lizzie? Good to see you. Okay. So again, go ahead and mute yourself if you haven't done so already. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I am going to start by sharing with you my screen. So you're going to get a PowerPoint presentation as we go here. And here we have it. Okay. I'm gonna put the spotlight on myself here. There we go. Okay. So welcome, welcome everyone. So good to have you all here. I am just excited to teach this class because this was the class that convinced me that everybody should have essential oils in their home. And so I really hope that this is going to be a class that is going to be super helpful for you. Make sure you have a paper and a pen handy because I swear it's going to be like sucking from a fire hose. We got a lot of information coming your way here. So I wanted to introduce you to my family. So here we have my husband, Jason, of 21 years, will be 21 years this year. We have our oldest son, Eric, who's graduating, our daughter, Monique, who's 13. And then we have Joshua is 11, Michael is 8, Jonathan is 5, Justin is almost 3, and baby Jace is now gonna be 1 here at the end of July. So that's my crew. And it's a busy crew, but it's a great crew. And it's the crew that led me, by God's grace, to essential oils. So here's my story. This sweet little Michael, when he was just a baby, he was admitted to the hospital at 3 months old for pneumonia. And we had never had a child that was hospitalized before, so it was a bit traumatic for us. And he just had a super hard time breathing. It was very, very traumatic. And so we continued to just deal with him being in the hospital. And little did we know that, oh, hang on a second, there we go, little Michael. Little did we know that this was going to become a chronic issue for him. He just had weak lungs and his lungs were really, really not serving him in any way, shape, or form to be in tip-top shape as a little guy. So fast forward a few years, and by the time he was 3, he was on 2 different puffers and simply was just kind of like our sickly child. Well, one Christmas, we ended up going to visit my brother and my sister-in-law, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, Michael had a breathing attack. And I didn't have his puffers with me because we were gonna be there for less than 24 hours. And I had no medication with me. And so I scooped him up at 3 in the morning and I ran up the stairs with him. I got his boots and his coat on and I'm heading out into the Canadian winter. And all of a sudden my sister-in-law comes out and she's like, what's going on? I said, Michael's having a breathing attack. I got him to bring him to the hospital. Like, I'll be back in a couple of hours. And she said, well, wait, let me put my oils on him. And I'm like, for real, oily schmoily. Like the kid needs nebulizer and a hospital. But then I remembered I forgot his Alberta healthcare card in my purse, a different purse downstairs. And so I ran downstairs and as I'm going down the stairs, I just kind of yelled up to her, like, do whatever you want. So I allowed her, in the meantime, she put on Thieves, Purification on his chest, and RC. And those were the 3 oils that turned everything around for us, because I came back upstairs with the Alberta Healthcare card, and I scooped him up, and I was on my way into my van, and she looked at me and she said, "Listen to him breathe." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, he's doing so much better." She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Do you want to just sit on the couch and see if it'll save you a trip to the hospital?" And I was like, okay. So I stayed on the couch for 15 minutes. And within a half an hour, he was breathing normally and had completely fallen asleep in my arms. And I was like, what is this? And so I said, we're going to have to talk about this in the morning. And so I put Michael back to bed. I went back to bed. And in the morning, I asked her, I said, what did you put on him? And so she said, well, on his feet, I put a bottle of this oil called Thieves. And then on his chest, I put Purification and RC. And RC stands for respiratory care, and purification helps to break down the mucus in their lungs. And she said, the Thieves is an oil that is antibacterial, antiviral. So it really will help him, break whatever is going on in his body. So that was the beginning of it. And I said, well, I need those 3 oils. And she says, well, honestly, the best bang for your buck is to get what we call a premium starter kit. It's got a diffuser and it's got the oils in it. You need the diffuser because you're going to need to start diffusing at night to prevent the breathing attacks. And so I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I got a kit and I started using it on our Michael, and he is now our little guy that is healthy, happy, good to go. We haven't had to use puffers since. He has been hospitalized once for pneumonia since, but honestly, this was the kid that was sick all the time and hospitalized all the time. So one hospital trip in 8 years, I count my many blessings, and I'm really, really grateful that God introduced us to essential oils. So this was my little miracle Michael. Now, fast forward a few more years, and I have now been using essential oils for 6 years, and I fell in love with them. I wanted to learn all about them. I wanted to learn what God had put in these plants for our use, because I think that so many of us are just so used to grabbing a bottle of Tylenol or grabbing a bottle of acetaminophen or whatever, that we don't understand, where culture has not taught us how to use plants and natural wellness solutions for our bodies, just the way God created it. So I dove deep into this, and I am pleasantly surprised that now I have a beautiful community of friends and family that have joined me on this mission for natural wellness. And I'm just truly, truly amazed at how our Creator really put this stuff in for our well-being. And I'm totally passionate about teaching other people on how to use it. So let's keep going. So Young Living is a company that, let's see here. Young Living is a company that has a very important mission statement. You have to mute yourselves, everybody. There we go. We honor our stewardship to champion nature's living. Oh, hang on, I'm getting, here we go. To champion nature's living energy, essential oils, by fostering a community of healing and discovery while inspiring individuals to wellness, purpose, and abundance. All right. And our vision is very simple. It's to bring Young Living essential oils into every home in the world. And our motto is wellness, purpose, and abundance. All right, so let's talk about essential oils. Exactly what are they, and how have they been used in the past? Well, this is nothing new. Essential oils come from biblical times, so like way back in the day. You can learn about them through Egyptian history. You can look them up through Greek history, as well as biblical, of course, history. And so if you look in the Bible, it's actually referred to over 1,000 times, different types of essential oils for different types of uses. And it's really, really an incredible find when all of a sudden you're reading the Old Testament and you're reading about the high priests that are using anointing oils to anoint the high priest. Now, like, why would they do that? So surely there was some symbolism in there, but the high priest, you know, they would often give alms to the poor and give alms to, you know, those that were more desolate in society. And those were the people that typically, you know, were sick and ailing. And so for the high priest to be healthy was super, super important. And God knew that. So by anointing the kings and the prophets and the priests with high quality essential oils, they were really preserving them physically so that they could serve the destitute. And so I really think that that's a really cool study. I have another class that I can teach at a different time. If you guys are interested, you can comment below actually if you're interested, and I'd be happy to comply. But I have a biblical oils class, and that's fascinating in and of itself as well. Okay, so our company was founded by D. Gary Young, and Gary is a man that has a miracle story. So what happened with him was that he actually had a really, really bad logging accident that broke some vertebrae in his back and in his neck. And he was told he would be paralyzed and would never walk again. But he had just a determination and really a God incidence. So he actually lost all hope and did not want to live. He was like, this is not worth living like this if I'm going to live like this. So he actually tried to commit suicide 3 times. And on the 3rd time, he tried to starve himself. Well, lo and behold, that through the process of starving himself, he actually regained feeling in his toe. And then he started realizing, I wonder if this is a God thing. And I wonder if this fasting actually has any type of merit to help my body to heal. So he started looking into different natural means of healing one's body and came across essential oils, and then fell in love with the process of distilling essential oils and utilizing them to heal the body. And so fast forward 26 years plus, and we now have Young Living Essential Oils as a world leader in essential oil usage and production as well. So Young Living is around the globe, because clearly you're not going to find a frankincense tree in Canada. So we have farms all over the world. And it's really, really exciting because our farms are second to none and transparent, which means that you can visit our farms anywhere around the world. So if you're in Canada, you can go to Fort Nelson, BC. If you're in the US, you can go to St. Mary's, or you can go to Utah and visit any of our farms. And that's what I love about Young Livings, is that you can actually go and see the process from start to finish. There's no secrets. There's nobody, telling you you can't. It's open to the public. So this is where some of so you can see here the countries with Young Living members, the Young Living International offices, global headquarters, and the blue ones are our Young Living farms and distilleries. You can see here Fort Nelson, BC, High Flats, Idaho, St. Mary's, Idaho, Mona, Utah, in Ecuador, in Israel, in Croatia, in France, in Oman, in Taiwan. And this is actually an older map. So we actually have quite a few more farms, and our farms are both owned and partner farms. And so our partner farms are farms that Young Living doesn't necessarily own, but that meet our rigorous seed to seal promise and quality. Now, we are primarily a wellness company. What a lot of people don't realize is Young Living is, yes, an essential oils company, but we are so much more. Most of our products are infused with essential oils. However, our product list is 600 plus strong. So we're not just selling plain essential oils. We're selling essential oil infused products like shampoos, conditioners, face products, toxin-free makeup solutions, a whole bunch of different things. So when you think of Young Living, and even if Young Living Essential Oil is in our name, don't be mistaken. We are really, really obsessed with making sure that every area of your life has an option for wellness and that nothing is going to lead you to have some dis-ease. We are really the world leader in essential oils, and Gary Young, we called him the grandfather of essential oils. He really brought back to our generation the practice of using essential oils and really using them well and learning how to use them well as leading the way in distilling them purely. So what makes our oils different than other people's oils? So we have a 3-pillar standard, and so it's called sourcing, science, and standard. So our sourcing means that it governs how we verify that our superior essential oils and the premium ingredients used in our products, such as foods, skincare, and supplements, were produced and manufactured according to industry best practices and our own high standards. So there's like the industry, and then Young Living goes over and beyond the industry stringency. So we're really blessed to have Young Living have our back in that regard. Our science, it includes extensive internal and third-party testing standards to ensure the purity, efficacy, and authenticity of not only essential oils, but all of Young Living's products. And then our standards, it determines how we reduce our environmental impact, benefit our communities, partner with nature, and work to exceed guidelines for sustainable sourcing of our essential oils and product ingredients. Young Living is really, really concerned with sustainability, especially in this day and age when the environment is really on the forefront of everybody's mind. They are really making long strides to make sure that we are sustainable. Okay, so here's a little crash course on what is an essential oil. So an essential oil is the volatile substance derived from plants containing the natural smell and characteristic of the plant. Now, what does that mean? It basically means it's the lifeblood of the plant. So just like if you got cut and you bled out, you would die. It's the same thing with the plant. If you took all the essential oil out of the plant, it would die. So essential oils is what helps the plant to ward off disease, to heal, and to regenerate. And amazingly enough, when we apply those essential oils to our bodies, it helps our bodies do exactly the same thing, to heal, to regenerate, and to detoxify, and to just help our bodies to function premiumly. Next, they are primarily extracted through steam distillation, though I will teach briefly on other methods of extraction. But they are very potent, they're volatile, and they're versatile. So when you open a bottle of essential oil, it doesn't take long for the smell to take over a room because those molecules go very, very quickly into the air. How do you use essential oils? Well, the nice thing is it's super simple to use. This is not rocket science. You don't have to have a science degree to use essential oils. Super simple. We have 3 main ways of using them. Aromatically, so that means just breathing them in. So you breathe them in using a diffuser or what we call a scent tent. So you would just put essential oils on your palm, rub your hands together, and cup them over your hands. So do a little scent tent. So it's very simple to use, and that's actually one of the most effective ways to use essential oils is to breathe them in. I'm going to show you a little brain graph coming up, but we have an olfactory tube which is connected to our brain directly. And so it can really influence how our brain functions. Next, you can apply it topically. So of course you can just put oils directly on your skin. We recommend using the bottom of your feet because the bottom of your feet doesn't have a fat layer. And your nerve endings are at the bottom of your feet as well. And you don't have any major sensitivities. So even a hot oil like cinnamon or peppermint won't have a spicy, tingly feeling when you apply them to the bottom of your feet, and applying them to your body, the bottom of your feet gives access to your nerve endings and your skin to absorb it very, very quickly. All right, you can also take them in internally, and I'm going to teach on that in a little bit. There's a line in the US, it's called the Vitality line. And in Canada, it's called the Plus line, but they're oils that are labeled safe for ingestion or consumption. Okay, we're going to talk about extracting essential oils. So the first way that you can extract essential oils is by cold pressing, or what we call saccharification. It's used to extract fatty oils and citrus essential oils. There's resin tapping, and that's pulling essential oil containing resin directly from a tree. So this is what we do for like frankincense, for example. Then we have absolute oils. When oils are in a very delicate media, solvents must be used to extract essential oils. And then distilling. This is what's used to extract delicate materials in heat and pressure controlled environments. So this is what cold pressing is going to look like, okay? So the way that they basically squeeze the rind of, let's say, a lemon, for example. So our lemon essential oils, it takes 26 lemons to make a bottle of lemon essential oil. So they're gonna squeeze the rind of 26 lemons to get you lemon essential oil that looks like that. So heat breaks down delicate citral molecules, and steam distilled citrus may have a bitter aroma. And they also use it for fatty oils like olive, almond, jojoba, coconut, and so on and so forth. And a lot of these are what we call carrier oils. So that means they're not the essence of the plant, they're actually the fatty oil that you would use to mix with the essence of the plant. So that, for example, like cinnamon, you might want to use olive oil and cinnamon mixed together so that it doesn't cause like a rash on your arm, because cinnamon is quite potent by itself. Then there's resin tapping. This is where they make a cut in the external plant part to retrieve the oil resin, and essential oil is then steamed from the resin. And resins can, by themselves, just be chewed like gum. So Young Living has, it's called sleek gum, and it's actually frankincense resin that you just chew like gum. And the essential oil is in the resin, and so you get the essential oil benefits, but it's also kind of a neat way to consume essential oils. And then you have absolute oil extraction. So absolutes require a solvent to extract oil from plant material. Solvents are a substance that dissolves another substance. Jasmine is one of these oils. And then you have trace amounts of the solvent left behind. And usually these oils evaporate quickly from the skin. And then the most common, which is what we're going to be talking about primarily, and this is what the majority of Young Living oils do, and it's called steam distilling. Or I guess the majority of what Young Living does to extract is steam distilling. So it's the most common essential oil extraction method. It's critical to control the temperature and the pressure. It avoids burning the oils and maximizes yield, and it's Young Living has a fully automated steam distillers. Residual plant material is then composted to generate fertilizer. So this is going to be really, really important to know, because this is where a lot of other essential oils companies get it wrong, to be perfectly honest. And this is the Young Living difference. Young Living has been doing this for many, many, many years. And we have, you know, experts and scientists that have been doing this the longest in the industry. And so what happens is, let's take cypress essential oil, for example. So cypress essential oil is made out of over 196 chemical constituents. So monoterpenes, sesquiterpenes, this is what these little molecules are called. That kind of like, if you're making a lasagna, you're gonna use tomato sauce and noodles and ricotta cheese. Well, to make cypress, it takes a certain amount of ingredients to make cypress, okay? So there's 196 ingredients for cypress. But what happens is, if it's not steam distilled at the right temperature, and if it's steam distilled only 4 degrees higher than it should be, it will cook off, will cook off almost all of the chemical constituents that are good for medicinally helping us. So you're gonna go from 196 to 16. Now, I don't know about you, but cypress coming from Young Living is going to have 196 chemical constituents, and cypress coming from no name brand, whatever, at the grocery store is going to only have 16. That is going to make a world of difference on your body. If you want something to actually help you and not just smell nice, you have to be willing to do the research, and you have to be willing to understand the difference between what you want it to do for your body and it just smelling nice. So this is the way that the steam distillation process works. So first of all, you have water that's heated, that's creating steam. Then the steam passes through the plant matter, pulling out the oil. So if you have like a leaf, for example, if you look at it microscopically, you'll actually see like a mushroom on top of the leaf, and inside this little mushroom, there's the essential oil. So what happens is when the water comes up, it will actually pop that little membrane, okay? And it will take the essential oil in the water droplet and continue to go up in steam. And that's kind of the way that it works. So the oil rises with the steam, so as I just explained, and then it cools in the condenser. So this is a bunch of pipes. And then after that, it goes into a separator, and we know that naturally oil and water don't, they just naturally separate. They don't mix, right? And so Young Living just scoops the oil off the top, and boom, you got yourself some essential oil. And we test it internally at our labs, but we also make sure that we thoroughly test it externally, because we don't want to be biased to our own product. We want to make sure that for our members, they are actually getting medicinal grade essential oils. And then the leftover water, it's called floral water. It can be used in beauty and home products. And it's really neat. At one of the farms, they actually have a stream that is the leftover juniper water, and you can go walking through it, and it is divine. It's so beautifully smelling, and you literally feel completely rejuvenated. It's like having a foot spa as you walk through the bedded stream there. Okay, so I wanted to explain to you a little bit about the different grades of essential oils. I think it's easy for people to get confused when this happens, because they're like, I could use, you know, Joe Blow's oils down the road, and they're like half the price of Young Living's. It's like, yeah, it might say lemon essential oil, but what is it exactly? Let's explain. So you see this pyramid here, only 4% of all essential oils are medicinal grade, but all of Young Living's oils are medicinal grade, okay? Then we have food grade oils. These are natural, or what we call organic essential oils, and they're certified, but they can still have chemicals. One thing that most people don't realize is when essential oils have the word organic on them, it's not the same as like organic food. The food industry has a much more developed and stringent rule system for certifying something as organic. Essential oils don't. So it's more of a marketing thing than it is an actual organic matter, for example. And most essential oils from other companies are actually distilled through brokers. So you can't actually go to their farms. In fact, I challenge you, if you're using, you know, somebody else's oils or whatever, and you want to know exactly where they're coming from, call the company and say, hey, like, can you tell me where you get your essential oils from? And they'll often say like, we don't know, we just get it from a broker. And then if they say, oh, we get it from so-and-so farm, it's like, oh, okay, would I be able to stop in by the farm and go see how they distill their essential oils? I almost guarantee that they'll say, no, you can't. Whereas if you say that to Young Living, they'll be able to actually trace back your batch of essential oils to tell you what farm it came from, and you could go and visit that farm should you choose to. So the thing with these organic and certified oils is they actually can still have chemicals in them, because the plants were probably sprayed with chemicals, but also, remember I was talking to you about some of the solvents that they have to use to extract essential oils. Most companies will use solvents even in a steam distillation process, which is not correct, because they'll get a better yield of essential oil out of it. We just use water. There's no chemical solvents in any way, shape, or form. We just use water, but a lot of other companies will mix it with, you know, other types of toxic solvents to get a better yield. And then you're getting that in your essential oil. And then we also have perfume grade essential oils, and these are extended or altered essential oils. I have a little friend. Want to say hi? This is Justin. He's going to take his shoes off. I'm not sure where his big siblings are that are supposed to be watching him, but that's all right. Okay. So we have perfume grade essential oils, and these are essential oils that are just basically made to be put in perfume things to make them smell nice. But they're certainly not medicinal and they usually have a ton of chemicals and a ton of solvents in them. And it's certainly not something that you want to be slathering on your body or ingesting. Goodness gracious, no. And then we have low quality, which is synthetic or nature identical oils. So these are actually oils that are produced in a lab. So you'll take, like, let's say the chemical constituents of lavender. So the monoterpenes, sesquiterpenes, all the different things that a lavender is made out of, and then they'll actually like photocopy them in a lab. And so they're created synthetically, and then they're put in a bottle and given to you. A lot of essential oils are actually like that are on the market right now are part real essential oil and part synthetic, so that they can just mix the two together and have a bigger bang for your buck. Unfortunately, it's not doing you any favors, and it's not actually helping your body to heal. And because these are synthetics, it's actually causing an actual toxic burden to your body, which is countercultural to what most people want essential oils to do for them. Okay. So we're going to talk about the Premium Starter Kit. Now, I know some of you are from the US, some of you are from Canada, so I'm going to review the Premium Starter Kit in Canada and the Premium Starter Kit in the US because there are just a few subtle differences. But the starter kit will always have a diffuser and 11 oils, as well as 2 Ningxia sachets. In the US, you will get a Thieves Household Cleaner sample pack, and in Canada, you will get a Thieves Hand Purifier. You get these little essential oil share bottles, and you have an option of different diffusers, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So let's go through the oils that are in your kit. Now, the cool thing with this Premium Starter Kit is you're basically getting $400 worth of oils for $199 if you're in Canada, and for $160 US if you're in the US. And so it's a really, really great deal because these oils, to buy them separately, in the kit, they come in 5 ml. So that's about 100 drops, but to buy them outside of the kit, they come in a 15 ml. That's 300 drops. So you are better off to get a wide variety of essential oils to try through a Premium Starter Kit with 5 ml than you are to buy at full price 2 or 3 of these oils, which would cost the same. So it's really a good deal, and I love it because it gives people a really good idea of all the different things that you can do with essential oils. And these are the most popular ones that everybody loves to have on hand. It's really kind of like my first aid kit. I've traveled my Premium Starter Kit almost everywhere. I carry them in a little case, but those are the oils. Those are my go-to oils. Okay, so in Canada, we have what we call some of our oils are registered as natural health products, or what we call NHPs. So this means that we can actually make medical claims on our oils working for our bodies. So a member of Young Living's Essential Oils has been registered by Health Canada as a natural health product. This means Health Canada regards it as a naturally occurring substance that is used to restore and maintain good health. And when you're going through the catalog or going through this presentation, just note which ones have the NPN on the label. And then being registered as a natural health product allows you to make claims about the oil as described in this presentation. And note all NHPs must be diluted according to instruction labels. And again, when we talk about diluting, that's using like a fatty oil such as olive oil, coconut oil, something like that. So I'm just going to take a little minute and I'm going to go in the chat box to see if there's anything I should be answering. Okay, we're good. Awesome. Okay. Yes, sorry, I forgot to admit people in here. So we're good. We're letting them in. Okay, next is single oils. So these are the oils where there's only one oil in the bottle, and these are the ones that are in the Premium Starter Kit. So we have lavender, hooray! So lavender is called Lavandula augustifolia, known as true lavender. So this is really important because most lavender that you're going to get at the health food store or whatever is actually lavandin, and lavandin is not lavender. It's kind of like a cousin plant. It has some medical constituents in it, but nowhere near the amount of good things that a regular Lavandula augustifolia has. It's the true lavender. It's a perennial herb, which is a member of the mint family, believe it or not. And its extraction method is steam distilled. Now, did you know that Young Living owns 3 lavender farms, one in Idaho, one in Utah, and one in France? So lavender, according to our natural health product claims, it can reduce the symptoms of a cold and cough. It acts as a nervine and calmative. So it's a nervine calmant. So basically, if you want your kid to chill out before they go to bed, you can slap some lavender on the bottom of their feet or just on up and down their spine. It's a great way to help them to relax. When experiencing digestive discomfort, it acts as a carminative and an antispasmodic to relieve the feeling of bloating and cramping. So it's really, really good for like after a really big turkey meal, or if you're just having bloating or you're gassy because you're gluten sensitive or you can't do dairy very well or something like that, lavender is really helpful that way. It's great for enhancing relaxation. It's great for relieving joint and muscle pain. A lot of people run very high histamines in their joints, which can cause inflammation. And essential oils, particularly lavender, are very effective at reducing that inflammation. So they're great to be used for sprains and strains of rheumatoid arthritis. And it's obviously great as a body massage. And did you know that it takes 27 square feet of lavender plants to make 150 ml bottle of lavender essential oil? Next, we have peppermint. So this is one of my favorite ones. Peppermint is amazing for all sorts of things, but like I love it for headaches, for all sorts of like, it's nasal congestion. A lot of times when you have, you know, when it's like pounding in here, it's like a headache, but it's like because your nasal passages are congested. Just do a little scent tent with some peppermint. Oh my word, it changes everything. First of all, have some Kleenex on hand because it will make everything run, but it's going to be very, very effective in clearing you out very, very quickly. Peppermint's oil versatility and power are the reason it's in Young Living's essential oil blends and personal care products. So this is actually really, really good at helping your cells to communicate well. So peppermint is great to be inhaling through the brain olfactory system right here and activating that part, those parts of your brain that create nervous synapses. Peppermint's excellent for that. Peppermint is an invigorating pick-me-up. It's great for colds and coughs. It enhances relaxation. It can be used for digestive discomfort. So this is actually very, very good for people that have like chronic illnesses that are, you know, like IBS or something like that for their stomachs. Peppermint's excellent to just take on a regular basis. Young Living has in Canada or Peppermint Plus, and in the US Peppermint Vitality. And so peppermint is, you know, perfectly safe to take down. So if you want to put some in a little vegetable capsule and go ahead and ingest some after, you know, you have some digestive discomfort, go ahead and do that, or just put some on your tongue and just take it back. Works really well. It also is great for releasing joint and muscle pain. I know my grandmother loves it on her knuckles. They often get swollen at the end of the day from her arthritis and stuff, so she loves peppermint during that time. And then great for a cold water compress or foot bath to cool off when overheated. So this is like the oil for the pregnant mamas, okay? If you're having a baby and you have to suffer through some summer months, this is your personal air conditioner. You just put a couple of drops of peppermint on the back of your neck and you are rolling. My mom also, when she has been going through menopause and she's having her own personal summers, she puts peppermint on a wet cloth and just kind of like wipes her whole body down, or wipes at least this part in her face down when she's having her personal summer. And it apparently really, really helps. So there you have a little tip from the more experienced generation. I'm not quite there yet. The other thing is you can add peppermint to your shampoo and for a really nice invigorating head massage. And it's part of our Young Living raindrop technique. That's a whole other class, but that is a class that is a technique that you put oils along your spine to really help to relieve all sorts of discomfort in your body and dis-ease in your body. So that's a whole other class, but peppermint is part of the raindrop technique. Next is lemon. So lemon is, again, pressed from the rind, okay? And it takes 75 lemons to make a 15 ml bottle. It takes 26 to make a 5 ml. So there you have it. It gives an uplifting sensation. It's good for cold and cough. This is the oil that I use on my kids when they have a really bad cough, okay? So I'll just put a little bit of olive oil in my palm, put 4 or 5 drops of lemon, rub it, and then just put it on their chest. Works really, really well. Lemon is also a little mom hack for you. If you get like permanent marker on your cupboard, or you get like, you know, when you get like a new glass and it has like a sticker and the sticker doesn't want to come off very well, you can just put like a drop of lemon, let it stick there, let it stay there for like 10 seconds, and then just kind of like massage it a little bit, and then it wipes right clean. Takes permanent marker off cupboards. I'm telling you, if you don't have this and you're a mom with small children, you are missing out. This is like a super important one to have around for cleaning. Also is really, really great at taking tomato sauce stains out of children's high chairs. Like, what high chair manufacturer, what kind of material do they use that it absorbs tomato sauce? That is beyond my imagination. However, it happens, and so lemon essential oil helps to get that out, just so you know. It also improves your skin complexion. So if you have like lots of, you know, age spots or spots on your skin that are like sunspots, lemon will help to take those away. However, citrus oils are photosensitive. So I recommend that if you're going to put them on your face at night or put them on your body to get rid of some spots, you do it at night, okay? Not before you go out gallivanting in the sun, because it will burn you if you use citrus oils and expose them to sunlight. You can also spruce up your tarnished silver and jewelry using essential oil, and again, use the adhesive residue from stickers. Now, the other thing I'm going to say about essential oils is this. Lemon essential oil is a detoxifier. So I remember hearing this when I first heard this class for the first time, and I was like blown away. So what happened was I was told that if I put lemon essential oil in a glass water bottle and I just put 6 or 7 drops in and drank that 2 or 3 times a day, that it would detoxify my body and I would lose weight. And I was like, what? How is that even possible? So the way that they explained it was that when your body has excess toxins in it and it can't flush them out, so your liver and your kidneys can't flush them out, your body's smart, and so what it'll do is it'll send a fat cell. So you have this toxin going on in your bloodstream. The fat cell will come and will isolate the toxin, and then will store it around your hips, around your belly, around your thighs, and it'll just store it. So then what we do is we put lemon vitality or lemon plus essential oil in our water bottles, and we drink it. And what it does is the lemon, so you got the fat cell around the toxin, the lemon disintegrates the toxin, and the fat cell says, I don't have a job, and your body naturally flushes it out. So I kid you not, I lost like 6 pounds doing that the first week. Now, granted, I'm not toxic anymore, so I haven't lost any more weight doing that, but it's a great way to maintain and a great way to kickstart some weight loss. Why not give it a try? It tastes yummy and everything. So there you have it. Next is Northern Lights Black Spruce. Now, this is an oil that is going to be only in the Canadian Premium Starter Kit, but it is our Canadian pride. And if you've ever gone to Banff or to the mountains, this is like Banff in a bottle. That's what I like to call it. It smells so amazing, and it's my little cheat at Christmas time. We only have an artificial tree, so I just go ahead and go nuts and salt and pepper my whole tree with Northern Lights Black Spruce, and then everybody comes into my house and goes, oh my gosh, you have a real tree, that's so cool. And I'm like, no, I don't. I have artificial tree with Northern Lights Black Spruce. So trick all your friends. But yeah, it's really a beautiful oil, and what's really cool about it is it's distilled in Fort Nelson, BC in Canada, and it is really great for making your children dolls. So my Jonathan, I kid you not, my 5-year-old, This oil makes him sleep anywhere, anytime. It's awesome. So I just put some on the bottom of his feet. I put like a little roller ball on the end. You get one in your premium starter kit. You get a little roller ball, and I pop that on the Northern Lights black spruce, and I just kind of like paint the bottom of his feet with it. So great. So you can add it for healthy looking skin. You can put it on your spine, the back of your neck. It's used for massage. And then when using topically, they recommend using a carrier oil as well. And diffusing it is really great. Like if you're having a stressful day and you just got back from work, or you have crazy children, I don't know, some days we have crazy children and everybody's screaming and yelling and fighting and whatever, just do everybody a favor and put a little like black spruce in your diffuser and let her rip in your kitchen all day long. And it's really great. It combines very well with frankincense essential oil. Okay, so let's talk about essential oils in your brain, okay, and how they work a little bit. So when you breathe in an essential oil, obviously you breathe in through your nostrils, but if I was to slice my brain in half, it would look like this on the screen, okay? So your nose, basically you would breathe in here, and then that scent, those molecules would come in contact with this olfactory bulb. And this olfactory bulb is connected to your amygdala, your hippocampus, and your thalamus, okay? So these are the places in your brain that register memories and emotions primarily. So I don't know about you, but this happened to me a long time ago. And so I was walking down the mall, and all of a sudden, some random guy passed by me, and the cologne that he was smelling reminded me of my grandfather. My grandfather had passed away a while back, and I hadn't thought about him in a long time. And all of a sudden, just smelling that cologne, boom, brought me to a memory when I was 5 years old, sitting on his lap, and he was, you know, we were laughing, and we were at a family reunion. And I was a little girl, and he was, you know how they kind of like ride the horse on his knee. So I loved my grandfather, and we had really good memories. And he was giving all our grandkids, the grandkids, a turn. So I just had that memory, and it was like split second. And just by smelling that guy's cologne, it was like so weird. But you've probably had that happen to you too. You smell a certain type of coffee and you're brought back to like camping coffee, or, you know, you smell somebody's perfume and it was your mom's perfume or whatever. But scents have an incredible ability to evoke emotion and evoke memory, just like that. And so just like I experienced happiness and an image, a distinct memory of my grandfather, so essential oils can help us to do that. And what's really, really cool about this is there's a whole essential oil protocol for people that have suffered trauma, and it helps to release the trauma from their brains. So for example, there's a whole protocol for essential oils for like veterans that have gone to war. There's a story of a man. I was actually going to get him to come to Lloydminster to share his testimony at one of our rallies. He was actually supposed to come in April. We were thinking of having him come, but unfortunately COVID, you know, kiboshed that. But his name is Jason, and he's from the US. He was a war veteran, and he was suffered from post-traumatic PTSD, stress disorder. And so what happened was when he came back, he could not drive. He could not do anything because the smell of any type of carnage, so there was like a deer dead on the side of the road or anything like that, would automatically seize all of his muscular structure, and he would like seize up. And sometimes it was like without warning, things would happen, but the sense of smell of any type of carnage did that for sure for him. And he said it was debilitating because he was never sure when he would have an attack. And so insert essential oils, and he was able to use certain oils, one of the blends being called Valor, which is a blend that Gary Young developed specifically for war veterans. And it helped to actually dislodge some of those traumatic memories so that his body didn't react so intensely to the memory triggers that were coming his way regularly. So that's a whole other class called Emotions and Essential Oils that I also teach, that I'm passionate about. But I just think it's so cool that God gives us these abilities. And one of the oils that is really, really good for helping with emotional trauma is frankincense. And, you know, frankincense is the oil that, of course, Jesus was given at birth, right? The three magi, they came with gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Why frankincense? So frankincense is really, really valuable in ancient times and still to this day. It is, of course, amazing for relaxation and overall wellness. It's great for skin. So women have babies. They've been having babies for thousands of years. And Mary, when she had Jesus, she was no different. She was a woman. You know, clearly she was a very special woman, but I'm sure that she probably had stretch marks. She might have had, you know, some cuts and bruises. And baby Jesus, I'm sure, fell down at some point and bruised his knee, but she didn't go and get polysporin out of her cupboard. No. What did she use? Frankincense. And so if cuts and bruises and that sort of a thing, go ahead and slap some frankincense on. It's great for your skin. And then you can rub frankincense on your hands after a long day for a warming and soothing effect. And do the scent and get it into your whole limbic system in your brain. Next is copaiba. Copaiba is actually, it's steam distilled, but it's actually tapped from the tree as well. And so this oil is primarily used, you can apply it topically. It's really, really great for pain management. So this is the oil that I use with my little guy when he's teething. So you just put some on your thumb and just rub it on the top of their gums or the bottom of their gums where they're teething, and you can use it straight. You don't even have to dilute it. It's right in there. So that's pretty cool. Did you know that 500 tons of copaiba oil are produced in the Amazon rainforest every single year? That's the copaiba tree in the back there. But copaiba contains the highest amount of beta-caryophyllene known of any known essential oil. And this is the compound that's great for pain numbing, okay? It helps to tighten skin, and it helps scars to reduce their visibility. And copaiba is perfect to lighten the spirit and improve the mood. All right, so those are the single oils in the kit. Now we're going to the blends. Blends means there's 5 different singles in one blend. So this blend is called Thieves. And it's got clove, lemon, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus radiata, and rosemary in it. And it's called Thieves because, as the story goes, in the 15th century, the Great Plague ravaged Europe and thousands of people were dying all over the place. But what was really, really great is that there was a group of spice merchants that were in town. And as everybody was dying all around them, they seemed to be immune from the plague. And so the king's guards came up to them and was like, why are you guys not dying out like everybody else? And they said, oh, well, we're spice merchants from the Middle East. And we knew that if we anointed ourselves with our herbs and our spices, that we'd be immune from the plague. And so the guard said, well, we see that you're stealing from among the dead, which is not going to fly with the king. But come with us. And so they went before the king, and the king said, I will let you off scot-free, even if you were stealing from among the dead, and that was punishable. I will let you off scot-free if you give me the recipe that has made you immune to the plague. And boom, bada boom, called Thieves. And it's documented in historical documents. So there you have it. And Thieves provides a great alternative to using toxic chemicals in your home. So we've used the Thieves blend, and Young Living has actually made a whole line of Thieves products. The Revolutionary Thieves blend contains powerful essential oils that have many household and personal uses. You can diffuse throughout your home to neutralize unwanted odor and apply to the bottoms of your feet. And we have all-in-one concentrated household cleaner, oral care products like toothpaste, dish soap, hand soap, and laundry detergent that has the Thieves blend in it. They're awesome. That's what we use at our house. It's really, really great knowing that I don't mind having my, oh, hang on. Oh, no, I'm just going backward. I don't mind having my 2-year-old suck on the spray bottle if I know that there's Thieves in it and not anything toxic. So the Thieves house cleaning products are really, really fabulous. Okay, moving right along. Pan Away. This is another blend. This should say pain away, but you know, the laws won't let us do that. So it's called Pan Away, but if you can remember pain away, that's what it's for. So you apply it topically, got menthol in it because of the peppermint. So it's very, very soothing. I use it like an A535. So stomach cramps, back pain, all the pain. Pan Away is your friend. It's great to use for deep tissue massage. I got a son that does parkour, and this is like one of his faves. Kids that have sore legs, like groin pain and stuff like that. Pan Away is a little bit of coconut oil. It's amazing. Pan Away contains wintergreen, helichrysum, clove, peppermint essential oils. It's soothing for after physical activity. You should dilute it. It's quite strong. And you can apply 1 to 2 drops on the temple or back of your forehead. And it's used in the raindrop as well. And then we have Digest. So Digest, you can guess, it's for digestion. Yes. So this is the oil you want to bring if you ever feel like you have food poisoning, or if we ever get to travel again. This is the one that I always use when I go over abroad and I'm like in Mexico or someplace where I have no idea what I'm eating. Digest is my best friend. It's antiparasitic. It's great to just get all the things moving in the right direction. When my babies are transferring from breast milk to like food and they go through that period where they're like super constipated, this is like the oil of choice. I put it on the bottom of their feet, or just I dilute it and put it like just kind of below their belly button around their intestines there, and like within minutes they're having a bowel movement, which is hooray. When a baby's constipated, it is no fun to do anything else, believe me. And then yes, did you know that Digest is better than an after dinner mint? There you go. And we have Digest Vitality, so you can go ahead and put a drop under your tongue as well. So apply directly to your stomach apply directly onto your stomach or using a compress. V6, if you don't know what V6 is, it's just Young Living's carrier oil blend. Okay, so that's just several different oils mixed together. And then purification. Now remember, this is the oil that we used on with the Thieves, and purification is one of the oils that we used on Michael's chest. So this is great to break down mucus, and it's great for like getting rid of all the smells. If you're cooking fish and you're like, oh my gosh, my company's coming and I want my house to smell like fish, you can go ahead and start diffusing purification. If you have boys, like I have 6 boys, that's a lot of boy smell going on in my house. Yeah. So I just put a few drops in their shoes if they decide that they're going to go outside without wearing socks. I'll never understand it. But their shoes are so smelly after. So just put a couple of drops in the heel, or like hockey equipment, put a few drops of purification on some cotton balls and throw the cotton balls in the hockey equipment. Way better. Our nanny had a truck that somebody had smoked cigars and stuff in it, and she shampooed and everything, could not get the smell out. So she just like sprinkled purification on like the roof, on the mats, all over the place, and within like a couple days it was totally gone. So purification is like Pac-Man to like the bad smells in the air. So it instantly deodorizes and neutralizes. Go ahead and diffuse it, put it in your bath water. If you are gonna put it in your bath water though, I recommend putting it in Epsom salts first. Otherwise it'll just kind of float on the top and not like adhere to anything and mix in your water. So put it in Epsom salts first and then pour your Epsom salts or your essential oil blended Epsom salts in your bath. There we go. RC, this is the oil blend I was telling you about that has been like huge for our Michael. Stands for respiratory care. Look, it's got all these amazing oils in it: myrtle, eucalyptus globulus, marjoram, pine, eucalyptus citriodora, lavender, cypress, eucalyptus radiata, spruce, peppermint. yes, eucalyptus is awesome for breathing, people. Everyone didn't get that drift. But this is like, seriously, I do not live without this oil. We diffuse it regularly for Michael, especially through like November through January and February, when breathing in Canada is like almost impossible because the air hurts your face. Yeah, it's freezing up here all the time. So yeah, RC is a good one. It's to promote clear breathing, they say. Yes. So it's very, very soothing. It's great to do a scent tent with. You can use it as a hot compress or in a raindrop, great for a body massage. Okay, so, getting carried away here. Okay, so like I was telling you before, Young Living is not just essential oils. We are essential oil infused products as well. So I was telling you about the Thieves products. Here we have Thieves antibacterial spray. We've got the hand sanitizer. These are all things that are very important in this stage of our lives. So we can get them. You can get the hand sanitizer in a little bottle like this or in a big one. You got the foaming hand soap, the toothpaste. All these products are amazing because they're non-toxic and they work great. This is what we call our Ningxia Red Juice. If you have not tried Ningxia Red yet, I'm telling you, it's going to rock your world. I am a very busy mom. I like to run high energy because I spin a lot of plates. I do not have time for an afternoon nap. I'm telling you that right now. When my feet hit the floor, I have to be running. And I have to be running on all 4 cylinders. So I love Ningxia Red Juice because it helps me to have that energy that I need so I can stay focused and for my body to work well, for my gut to be healthy. Ningxia Red. It's very, very high in antioxidants. And it's infused with essential oils that are great for mood boosting. This is the juice, I kid you not, between the essential oil blend called Joy and Ningxia Juice. This has kept me off of meds for the past 3 pregnancies since I discovered essential oils. My past 3 oily pregnancies, I used to be on very, very strong antidepressants after giving birth because I had such bad postpartum depression. I was like debilitated for baby 3 and 4. So by 4, I was introduced to essential oil. So babies 5, 6, and 7 are my oily babies, and I didn't have to be on any meds because Ningxia Red and Joy Essential Oil were keeping me on the even keel. And God's grace also in all of that is very important. But he gives us very ordinary means to support our bodies, and so we just have to use them. Okay, so now that you've all sucked from the fire hose, when you decide to purchase any Young Living products, if any of these products are like, oh my goodness, this would be really helpful to have in my tool belt or my home, if any of these are helpful to you, I want you to know that when you purchase product from Young Living Essential Oils, you will automatically become what we call a Young Living member, which entitles you to 24% off retail pricing. So you automatically get a wholesale membership. It's like going to Sam's or going to Costco, except you don't have to buy an extra membership. If you buy a bag of oats at Sam's, you automatically get the Young Living, you automatically get the membership that goes with it. Okay, so same thing. If you go to Costco and you buy oatmeal, you get the membership. Now in the US, it's a little bit different than Canada. In the US, your first purchase to get that free Young Living membership, it has to be a premium starter kit, but you guys have like a bazillion premium starter kit options, okay? So whoever asked you to be on this call will send you a graphic that I can provide on all of the different Young Living starter kits. You have options to start with. They're all at different price points, but you do have to start with a premium starter kit. In Canada, you do not. You can buy 1 lemon essential oil and you can have a premium, or you can have a Young Living membership, okay? So there's a little bit of a discrepancy there, but that's the difference. But regardless, having a Young Living membership is awesome, and it allows you to 24% off retail pricing, and it allows you to purchase for a full year from your last order. So if you keep ordering, your membership just automatically renews for 12 months after your last purchase. You have access then when you become a member to an online community. You have access to support by people like me and the people that introduce you to Young Living. You get education and you get recognition for you know, different promotions at different price points and that sort of thing. For Canadians, what's the best way to get started using essential oils? I highly recommend the Premium Starter Kit. Like I said, you're getting $400 worth of stuff for like $199.75. It just makes sense. So this is what you'd be getting. You get 11 oils, you get the diffuser, and the Young Living diffusers are really important. They're not your regular diffusers. They're atomizing diffusers. They have a little metal plate in the middle that vibrates over 1,000,000 times a second to break down molecules of essential oils into atoms so that they're more easily absorbed into your body. So our diffusers are high-end. They have a 1-year warranty on them. And you can get different pretty ones, different kinds. So this is the Premium Starter Kit that I recommend using, starting with. And so this is what it looks like in the US, but you can see here, oops. You can see here, you can get this pretty diffuser versus this one. So this is called the Dewdrop. That's called the Desert Mist. And in the US, I'm just gonna show you the difference. In the US, instead of the hand sanitizer, you get this. You get the Thieves Household Cleaner, okay, a little pouch to try out. You get Citrus Fresh and Raven and Stress Away instead of Northern Lights Black Spruce, RC, and what's this one? I can't remember which one it switches out for. But anyhow, yeah, so Raven is like RC for adults. Okay, so it's like a little more intense than RC, but equally as good for respiratory issues. And Stress Away is good like Northern Lights Black Spruces for reducing stress, hence the name Stress Away. So there you have it. And Citrus Fresh is great for especially putting into laundry or diffusing outside for annoyance-free living in the camping world, if you're picking up my drift. All right. Now, when you buy a wholesale membership, you automatically get 24% off. But if you want an even better deal and you're serious about making great long-term health choices for you and your family, where this is not a joke, you're not taking this lightly, you're actually going to make a commitment to change your lifestyle and make sure that your family is getting the absolute best quality products, and you're getting toxin-free things that are not going to be putting a burden on their immune systems. Because let's face it, since COVID happened, everybody is like, we need to make sure that our immune systems are boosted and ready to rock should anything happen. Essential Rewards is going to be your new best friend. So Essential Rewards is our monthly program where if you place an order of 50 PV, so what's that? 50 PV is about $60 Canadian, or 50 PV is 50 US dollars. So each product that you purchase has a price and a PV value. So for example, this pen. Let's say this pen costs $2. The PV value might be 1 PV. We have PV because Young Living is a global company. All over the world, every product has the same PV. So a PV in South Africa for a pen is 1 PV. In the US, it's 1 PV. In Europe, it's 1 PV. However, the price could change because the dollar is different, right? So in South Africa, this might be $7, but in Canada, it's $2, and in the US, it's $1. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, so if you place a 50 PV order monthly, minimum, you are going to get the added benefit of getting points put back in your account. So your first 1 through 3 months on Essential Rewards, you're gonna get 10% back. So let's say you place an order for 100 PV, which is a Premium Starter Kit. You're gonna get 10 points back, 10 PV points. Now, 10 PV points is 10 US dollars or 13 or 14 Canadian dollars back. And you can use those points kind of like Air Miles points. You can use them to claim free product. Okay. So then month 4 through 24, you're getting 20% back, and month 24 plus you're getting 25% back. So think about it. You have your wholesale membership, you're getting 24% off, and then you're getting added percentages just for being on Essential Rewards, because you're ditching and switching toxic products for healthy Young Living products, because you only have 600 different ones to choose from, right? Okay, so you also get discounted shipping. You get exclusive bonuses like free oils at month 3, 6, and 9. And again, the product credits are awesome and they add up super, super fast. So that's called Essential Rewards, and that's an optional additional program. When you get a wholesale membership, you can get Essential Rewards if you want, or if you don't want, that's totally fine. Now, the other exciting thing is Young Living has a great referral program. So if, let's say you buy a premium starter kit and then your friend's like, oh my gosh, I see how awesome it worked for your son's headaches or whatever, I want one too. If they use your member number that you received when you signed up, you're going to have a Young Living member number as soon as you buy any product. They give you a member number. You are going to give them your member number, and when they sign up and it prompts them to say, you know, who introduced you to Young Living, you're going to put their member, or they're going to put your member number in there. Young Living is going to give you a $50 US or $65 Canadian thank you check just for referring. So let's just say you get 3 or 4 people to buy kits because of your referral, your kit is paid for. So we always say, share with 3, get yours free. And that's how that works. And if you're interested in making additional income with Young Living, just reach out to the person that introduced you to this call, or reach out to me. I'd be happy to share with you how to do that. In fact, we have a call tomorrow night called Build Wealth from Home. If you would like access to that, let me know after this call. So I hope that this was helpful. This is your life, your health. Be empowered. I'm going to take a few questions here. Let's just hop onto the chat box. Let's see here. I hope that that was helpful for you. Okay, now I wanted to share with you. Okay, Raven is the US equivalent of members that we get in our kit. Yes. Yes, RC for children, Raven for adults. That's exactly it. Okay, nerve damage. Geranium is a great essential oil for nerve damage. Okay. Now, I want to share with you that we have an upcoming class on the Thieves products. Okay. So the Thieves products are all the products that are infused with Thieves essential oil, primarily the household products like the Thieves household cleaner and that sort of thing. So you're going to get an email in your inbox for, if you registered through Eventbrite for a ticket for this class, you're going to get in your inbox a link for our upcoming class on the Thieves products. Okay, so we're going to go all through the Thieves, why Thieves products that are toxin free are great for your health. They're important to support your body and your family's mental, emotional, and physical health, because essential oils do all of it. And they're going to give you real practical tips on how to do that. So don't worry, that's coming to your inbox, and feel free to share that with any of your family and your friends as well. Okay. What else do we got here? Oh yes, now, if you want access to this PowerPoint, anybody that has a Young Living account has access to this PowerPoint. It's under Member Resources. I will also put a link in the email on where you can have access to this PowerPoint. It's there for you to use. I tweaked it by adding pictures of my family and that sort of thing, but anybody that knows how to use PowerPoint can do that. So this is not a major issue. Okay, gallbladders. Gallbladders, lemon essential oil is amazing for gallbladder health. So I would recommend ingesting lemon essential oils on a regular basis. Drink, put it in your water, put it in a capsule if you like. Copaiba is also very good for that. But I will tell you, if you go to www.discoverlsp.com, if you're in the US, or .ca, you are going to want to get a essential oil desk reference, like a big, we call it the Essential Oil Bible. It's a $60 investment that will rock your world. Or you can go ahead and get the Life Science Publishers app. Thank you, Angela. The Life Science Publisher app, okay? It's an app you get on your phone. You look up acid reflux. It's going to tell you what oil to use. So you have like that big book available on your phone, easy to get. Acid reflux, Digize. I'm telling you, that oil is fantastic. I would just take Digize, I'd rub it here. Sorry, the lighting's bad. I rub it here in my chest, or I would just take a little bit, especially when I was pregnant. I mean, my babies are like little monkeys. They got hair for days. So I often get really bad acid reflux towards the end of my pregnancy, but Digize was like super helpful. Jasmine oil is great for your skin, and it's actually a natural antidepressant. So it's really great for your emotional health. It's very expensive, so you use it sparingly. However, it's excellent, and quite a few of our beauty care products have it, so it's great for your skin. Okay, eczema and helping babies sleep through the night. Okay, so baby eczema is actually indicative of a gut health issue. So gut health is basically easily, well, I shouldn't say easily solved. In babies, it's fairly easy because they haven't lived long enough to do a whole lot of damage. But if your baby was exposed to antibiotics early on because there was risk of something or whatever, I mean, sometimes we have to do what we have to do. Chances are their gut flora got completely wiped out. So what you want to do is give your baby Life 9. So Life 9 is a probiotic that Young Living sells. It has 9 strains of probiotics in it. And, you know, you want to make sure that they're getting some really great high-end probiotics. What I do with my babies, if they have like a candida rash or any type of rash is indicative of gut health. I would just lick my finger, lick my baby finger, open up a Life 9 capsule, so like a white powder. I dip my baby finger in it. I just let them suck off my finger. And that's how they get the probiotics. They're totally safe for them to take. And if it's like diaper rash or even directly on the rash, I would actually open the capsule and kind of like sprinkle it all over the little bums, and then just put the diaper back on, and works really well. I usually, like, just technicality, I dampen their bums with a little bit of water, sprinkle the Life 9 on top, and then put the diaper on. So that's what I do for eczema. We also have a product called Animal Ointment. It's available in the US. Canadians can get it by purchasing what we call on the NFR, so not for resale site. It's basically, you're purchasing, instead of it coming from the warehouse in Canada, you're purchasing from the US. So when you have your Young Living account, if you go in the top right-hand corner, or left-hand corner, sorry, and you just click on the little US flag, you have access to the US products we can't get in Canada, and one of them is called Animal Ointment. So Animal Ointment was designed for like animal usage, so animal, you know, wounds and that sort of thing, but it works amazing on rashes. So it has essential oils infused in it, and it has a really great moisture barrier to it. So instead of using like Vaseline, you can use Animal Ointment, because Vaseline's a petrochemical, not a good idea. So yeah, and helping babies sleep through the night. My primary recommendation, having had 7 children and had to work through this, is getting the book Baby Wise. There's nothing better than a great schedule for your baby. And I know that's not a popular option because it's not just a quick fix, but it works really well. So get the book Baby Wise, and make sure you get the book that's appropriate for your child's age. And then I would look into peace and calming essential oils, lavender essential oil. But I'm going to be honest with you, lavender's a bit funny. Some bodies react really well to lavender, making them calm down. In my body and my little guy Michael's body, it makes us hyper. Not hyper, but like wired, like your brain's going and you can't make it stop. And so what's really funny is I went to see a naturopath, and he actually told me that because I have a slow processing frontal cortex, lavender makes it process slower, which means that it calms it down, but I actually need it to activate. So for me to calm down, I actually need peppermint, because peppermint activates your frontal cortex, which then allows my frontal cortex to talk to my cerebellum that is going bananas at night. And it says, yo, I'm sending you a message. Listen up. You have to go to bed now. And so then my cerebellum goes, oh, got that message, going to bed now. Whereas this is like, I apply lavender and goes, and doesn't tell my brain anything. And so I just keep going all night long, which is not helpful. So yeah. Okay. Poison ivy, insect bites, lavender. Okay. It's an antihistamine. Gonna rock the world, I'm telling you. I would put lavender directly on and peppermint on top, or you put lavender on your finger or your thumb and you put it on the inside of your cheek, like that. It will get into your bloodstream, and it will halt the excess histamine from seeping out and causing all the bumps and rashes and things like poison ivy and insect bites happen. What do you suggest for bedwetting? Oh gosh, there's a protocol for that. What the heck is it? Honestly, I forget, but I would Google bedwetting, Young Living essential oils, and Pinterest even, and I guarantee you're going to get like a bazillion options. Natural bug repellent. Young Living sells an amazing bug repellent in the US. It's called insect repellent. In Canada, it's called the Outdoor Blend. It's the same thing, it's just different labeling. So natural bug repellent, okay? All right, so we're going to wrap it up because I want to honor your time. Thank you so much for being on this call. I love sharing essential oils with you. I love helping you. Please feel free to like send me a message anytime. Most of you are on my Get Oiling page, and so you're getting my emails already. So I hope that those are helpful for you. And like I said, I'm only a messenger message away. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm only a message away. So feel free to reach out to me. And if you are wanting to purchase a premium starter kit, please reach out to the person that put you on this call and say, hey, I'm ready to get my kit. I'm ready to be a part of this amazing online community. And right away, we're going to pop you into our Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook, that's fine. We have a YouTube channel as well that we use for training people. And so we can give you access to that. And you will be supported every step of the way. So we thank you so much for taking this hour of your time to be on the call. And we will talk soon. Bye for now.